What's up, Michigan State fans? It's Jacob Kotznaker back for another episode of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. This is the pod for Monday, December 22nd, 2025, and we're going to talk some more hoops today. Michigan State went out and beat Oakland 79 to 70 this past Saturday in Detroit. Have moved now to 11-1 on the season, certainly, and we're going to kind of talk about now as we are now 12 games into the season. The team's kind of on their longest break of the season since Christmas, for obvious reasons. Winter break, school's kind of out for a little bit. Players get a time to kind of recuperate, and we're going to kind of talk a lot about kind of the expectations uh, some might have had for this team before, and now where things are at right now. Because obviously, I think this team has surprised some people. This team was ranked 22nd, I'm pretty sure, in the AP poll coming into the season. People weren't expecting this team to really kind of instantly prove itself to be a top 10 level team again, even though that's where they were last year. There were valid concerns. You were losing Jace Richardson. You were losing Jaden Akins. Trey Hallman was gone to the portal. Um, Zapawa, Fiddler, like there was a lot of contributors from last year's team that were not returning, and you had some questions about who's going to score, who's going to shoot threes, and they've been able to respond in pretty much most of the questions, and really most of the questions about this team. I think the main question remaining is who's going to kind of be the main two guard for this team. But you, if you told anyone at Christmas you are going to be 11-1, 2-0 in Big Ten play, I may add, you would take it. I think Izzo would take it. You'd love to be 12-0 with that Duke win, but you would like if you said you're going to go out and you're going to beat Arkansas, you're going to destroy Kentucky, and you're going to destroy North Carolina. Yeah, you'd be happy. And there hasn't really been any dramatic results in between. Like Oakland kind of gave them a bit of a scare. Colgate was kind of closer than most people would have wanted, but there hasn't been a ton of like just crappy games against these mid majors. Like you beat Iowa soundly. Iowa is still a pretty good team. Again, Iowa's 10-2. Their losses on the are at Michigan State and at Iowa State. Iowa State I think is they're top 10 as well. Like Iowa's a very very good basketball team. North Carolina, that win is aging well. I think they had a dramatic win over Ohio State the other day, but they're 11-1, and they've beaten Kansas, they've beaten Kentucky on the road. Again, like this is a this was a tough schedule entering the year. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew that. And Michigan State, I think people were hoping just go 2-2, and you'll be okay. If you go 2-2 against Arkansas, North Carolina, Kentucky, Duke, you'll be fine. You don't want to have a losing record. Obviously, 0-4 is bad no matter who you are. But um, what was I getting at? I was getting at something. But again, when you only have that one loss, it is kind of irritating because like Duke, they could have won that Duke game. I thought they had control of that game for most of the way, and then it kind of slipped away at the very end when Duke broke out the zone, and they didn't seem very prepared for it. But again, let's go through kind of, I guess now reasons why Michigan State is where they are right now. I think a lot of it has to do with kind of the surprise that Jeremy Fears has been. He's been kind of quiet lately, at least on the scoring front. But he's still the leader of this team, and he is one of the best point guards in the country, if not the best, right now. Again, like the scoring is still a lot better than last season. Uh, Again, he's in a slump from 3 point range. It's his 3 point percentage has actually dropped a little bit, though he is shooting more of them. But he's a better free throw shooter now. His percentage his field goal percentage is about the same, but I just think he's kind of in a bit of a shooting slump right now. He's kind of had a couple of tougher shooting nights start to string together. I'm sure he'll find a way to get out of that. It's like again the Oakland game, he was 1 for 6 from the field, missed a free throw as well. Like that was his quietest game by far of the season. Actually, only 5 assists is his season low. Every other game he's had at least six assists. So, but again, you're still looking at the season stats, and you've seen Jeremy Fears make a leap that Michigan State needed him to have, because he's now averaging 10.8 points per game. That's 3.6 higher than last year, and the big one is the assist numbers. He's averaging nearly 4 more assists than he was last year, and the turnovers have only gone up 0.3. So the assist to turnover ratio is insane. And you're not even getting into the defense that he tends to play. He's averaging 1.4 steals per game. He was already pretty good at that last season, but the defensive box plus minus is at 5.2. That's really, really good. So again, Jeremy Fears has been a big part of this. Again, from the two guard spot, Curtain has. We'll move on from Fears, but Curtain has been pretty important. He's shooting about 40% from three so far. Uh, Trey Fort, kind of a bit of a minor disappointment. Hasn't shot the three ball as well as people have hoped. But you've also seen Divine Ugochukwu move in into that spot at times, and he's done fairly well himself. I think his defense has improved as the season has gone on, and he's been a surprisingly good 3-point shooter. He's 11 for 23 on the season. That's nearly 50%. Um, so, so again, two guard spot, you need more consistency there. That's the big thing, because it seems like every game, one you're bound to have one of Fort, Ugochukwu, really more two, Ugochukwu and Tang go off, and then maybe you'll have Trey Fort go in there and play well as well. But it's usually not the same time, and it's usually just it's usually going to be one of them. So you need to find someone needs to kind of elevate above their station in that way and move forward. Again, another big development is Jackson Kohler. Jackson Kohler, I mean, he's the team's leading scorer right now. Again, that was the main question I had for this team, is like, who's going to score all the points? Because Jaden Akins could go get a bucket, Jace Richardson could go get a bucket, Trey Hallman could go get a bucket. You looked around, and it wasn't a whole lot of guys who could just go get a bucket. I still think that's kind of a big concern, is that there's not a lot of guys who just create their own shot the whole time. But Kohler's been huge for multiple reasons. One, the post-up game, I think, has been better for him. He still sometimes misses an easier one that I think he should make, but he's averaging 14 points per game. He's one of the best rebounders in the country, 10.3 rebounds per game. I think he has 7 double doubles in 12 games on the season. So again, he's getting it done on a consistent basis, and a big reason for that as well is that he's a really good 3-point shooter as well. He had been developing it. I've asked him about it. It's like it's always kind of been there, but he hardly took threes his first 2 seasons here. Only took 5 of them, made none. Last year he kind of really breaks it out. He shoots about 1 or 2 a game, but you don't really see. It's kind of like a novelty type of shot. It's like when Cohen Carr kind of shoots it right now. He's very willing to shoot it, but it was kind of like when Cohen Carr shot a three last year, but maybe a little bit more encouraging. But Kohler made 19 threes last year in 37 games. He's made 19 this year in 12 games. He's the percentage has gone up. He took 51 attempts last year. He's at 41 right now. So he's at 46.3%. Again, very, very efficient shot. He's kind of selective about it still, but he's taking more of them. Again, he finds ways to get open on the way. He really likes the left wing. That's really kind of been his big spot. He says he likes the corners as well, kind of the slot as well. That's kind of the spots he says he likes, but I think his main spot that he makes a lot of his threes from is he's able to pop out to the left corner and just knock it down. It's maybe the best shot Michigan State has in their offense besides the open layup is the Kohler left wing three. But Cooper, I think you've been pleased with Carson Cooper's development as well as a defender, as a rebounder. He's averaging 10.5 points per game. Again, him and Kohler's just still a great story about kind of like as college basketball as it's supposed to be. 4 years at one school, you just kind of develop year after year, and then you pop off your senior year. Again, Cohen Carr has progressed a little bit. He had a really big game the other day, career high 22 points. He needed that as well because he's kind of had a couple of quieter games here and there. Hasn't found that consistency yet. But even though he got poked in the eye, I think it was his left eye. I might be reversed for you guys, but it was his left eye. And it didn't seem to bother him very much. He started out the game against Oakland with some goggles. He took it off only a couple of minutes in, I believe. Just went off. Again, 22 points. I think 16 of them were in the second half. Again, it was a close game, so those are legit clutch points. Still needs to work on that 3-point shot. He's not making very many of them, 22.7% from there right now. So maybe you want to, again, he's starting to take 3 of them, per game. He took 4 in that game against Oakland. Oakland was giving him that shot as well. So maybe it might be time to tone it down a little bit from out there, but you still, maybe it's, again, this could be a non-conference, let's experiment type of thing. We'll be fine either way. But during Big Ten play, you'd really like to see him continue to be more aggressive and try to attack the hoop, because that's where he made the money on Saturday. But still, overall, definitely you got to be pleased with the team right now. Again, the bench is still there. Again, Ugochukwu's had his moments. I still think again, the Denim Wojcik question should be resolved soon. I'd be really surprised, honestly, if he was a true member of the playing group moving forward. Cam Ward has had his moments as well. He's still kind of dealing with the wrist thing, I think. I didn't really, I didn't bother. I didn't actually check to see if he still had the cast on the other day. But Cam Ward's a guy who I think has a bright future here. Jesse McCullough, I really think, has a bright future here. He's starting to get more and more minutes. Again, you got to be encouraged though about this season and the future, because again, you have the number top 5. I don't know if they're still number 1, but you have one of the best classes in the country coming in next year. We'll see if there's anything in the portal as well. But there's a lot of things to be optimistic about with this team. Will they win the Big Ten? I don't know. Michigan looks pretty good. I cannot lie. Purdue's going to be tough. But this is a team that certainly can go deep in March as well. And again, that's kind of what it's all about in college basketball. Can you go deep in March? Because that's what people remember you from. It's like it's like if you go out and lose to the 15th seed, maybe you remember some nice moments from that season, but it's always the yeah, but. Like when Michigan State, what was it, the 2015 team? I can't remember which team lost to Middle Tennessee. Yeah, it was 2016. I was one off. That team, that was a really, really good team, but there's always going to kind of be that, yeah, but they lost to Middle Tennessee in the NCAA tournament. Well, again, we're such a long ways away from March Madness. But when they get there, this does seem like a team that, again, they're shooting threes at a surprisingly good level. They're better at it this year than they were last year. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. I think they were before. I haven't checked since, but they were number 3 in rebounding margin entering the Oakland game. So again, if you can hit threes and rebound in March, that's a recipe for success. Just not a 1-game sample size. And again, the Duke game I think proved that they can hang with anyone. They did lose it. It was a home game. Maybe if that game's in Cameron, maybe it's a bigger margin. But I didn't think Michigan State played very well in that game, and they were this close to winning it. So they have a lot of time to even get even better, and we'll see what happens in March. But that'll be all for today. Once again, though, I'm Jacob Katsunika. Thank you for listening, whether this is on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, any other platform. Thank you very much for taking your time out of your day to listen to me talk about this stuff. Again, you can get plenty of our written content from myself and many of our other terrific writers here at Spartan Nation at SpartanNation.com or Michigan State Spartans on SI. Once again, though, thank you very much. I'll see you guys around.